I don't know, man. It felt like that was the snowball getting pushed off the little edge right there, and then everything just kind of came up Millhouse after that. There were some times that EHOME looked promising, but they didn't exactly have a chance to do anything with everything that they got accomplished.
But then at the same time, you did make the good point at the time that this Ursa lineup is so reliant on having the first Aegis, right, to make plays across the map. You start forcing objectives. And without that, it felt like the plan derailed, right? And they were like, oh, what do we do? This is difficult. And I think Faith Bian had a really rough game last time. I think he struggled a lot on that Mars. So hopefully we can see something a little bit better from him, because he played really well in the laning stage, remember? Like, he got so many denies up in that top lane up against the DK. He used his spells really well then. But, as the mid game went through, he was the one that had to commit first every single fight, it felt like, to get those spells down. And he just paid the price every single time. As well as getting... Oh, there's the DK ban, though.
On top of that, by the way, Mars now down to an 18% win rate in this event. That is abysmal.
And for how many games?
11. So he's 2 for 2 and 9.
Yeah.
That's... Wow. That's an abysmal win rate. Don't pick that hero. You want to win games, don't pick that hero.
I genuinely think that Bulwark, the butt spear nerf, has really hurt that hero. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's a bad hero still, but like I think the playmaking potential you have in comparison to before is nowhere near as good.
So
there's
RNG,
the Pango for RNG.
They know not to go to the Mars. They pick up the Pangolier, although that could be a 4 Pangolier. It doesn't have to necessarily be a 3 Pango. However, I think RNG is one of those teams that loves playing it in the 3.
What's the Pango win rate for this tournament?
I feel like Pango's win rate is 45%.
I feel like we've seen some good Pango performances, though. Like, in my head, it has a better win rate than that. I'm not sure why.
Let me see. Maybe it's on a streak. It is not. It lost the last game. It's lost the last 4 games that it has been played in.
Oh, so it had a really good start to the tournament then. It just hasn't transitioned into the playoffs.
Lost the first, won the next 3, then lost again, won the next 2, lost the next 4. So it's been very streaky, but of course it's a bunch of different teams.
Disaster. Okay, so to be honest, if we're talking about what the best Dota that we want to possibly see throughout the whole of this event, right? Mm-hmm. I think we talked about how we feel like RNG was slightly ahead of EHOME in terms of like execution, especially in team fights. I feel like they're pretty far ahead, and I think if either of these teams are going to have a chance of beating LGD or Vici in the lower bracket final, I think RNG are going to have a much better chance. And we saw LGD beat them pretty convincingly, but I feel like RNG didn't give themselves a good showing that day.
It was a completely different RNG than what we saw in the EHOME series prior to that too. They got beaten just over an hour's time. Like it was quick. If I had to say, I mean, I would think they have a better chance of beating Vici.
Yes, yeah, I think so. LGD LGD have got their own thing going on. Like everybody's drafting these heroes, and LGD just start picking like completely different things that nobody else is picking. Like Enigma, right? Yeah, Nature's Prophet. Like they've got their own things going on, which I think a lot of these teams are picking the similar heroes to each other all the time. Whereas I think if you have these wildcards, you can force them to first phase ban heroes that they wouldn't have to do against other teams, like that Enigma, for example. Naga's still in the pool, by the way.
First phase ban for them every single time now. Yeah. Or a first phase ban against them every single time now.
So Naga's still in the pool, which got first phase ban last time. Could be an interesting pickup for RNG. Or no, I think did RNG ban it last time? I can't remember. I think it was EHOME that banned it.
Which?
The Naga.
Oh,
because EHOME banned PL and Naga, and they've banned just the PL this time.
Yeah. I could take a look just to confirm that. Naga
on
was
here?
banned in the first phase by EHOME.
Yeah. I think this is going to be a really interesting pick here for eHome. I'm not sure, not in terms of what it is, but what direction they want to go for. I assume it's going to be their 4 hero, but I don't know what they feel would be super strong against Pango SD. I wouldn't mind seeing a Rubik. I mean, we haven't seen that hero in a while. But they give the Shaker, and they can flex that, like we've seen between Jinkyu and Faithbian. So, okay.
I think, honestly, the way they play this game, the Ember and the Earthshaker are flex at the moment.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, we could see some Lich carry as well. Let's go. I'm down.
I'm down. I would love to see it.
Get the damage talent.
Lich carry, Veno mid, offlane Earthshaker, Faithbian.
It was so funny when talents first came out, trying to see people play supports as carries by buying Mask of Madness and taking damage talents. It was so dumb. Do you remember old Bane as well? What was it?
My god, the Enfeeble. What was it?
You'd steal damage.
Jesus.
People would build Mask of Madness,
and they were building it in the funny 3 position.
Yeah, you could play mid as well, or even some people playing pos 1 with a bit of a laugh.
Ugh,
but it was so funny watching people lose their minds over it for no reason.
It would get dumpstered in pro games, though. I saw it a couple times in China, and I was just like, "Oh, this isn't working at all."
Oh my goodness!
I'm very set on not liking this hero at the moment, but I will say I think IG play this in the Asia Spring Invitational, and it was okay.
I mean, it's a decent puck game because they have the Rolling Thunder and Dreamcore teamfight, but Dreamcore was also really good against Ember. They had a little bit of a problem with Nothing to Say last game until they got like that Prince's Knife and Hex on the OD in the late game. But before that, he kind of just was bouncing around all over the place and they couldn't lock him down. The reason I don't like the puck though is because they're playing against Lich Shaker, which they're like these instant initiations, right? Like you can Fissure from Fog and then chain stun him down. You can use the Sinister Gaze as well on the Lich to try and pick him off relatively quickly.
Mm-hmm.
But their lane, this puck Pango lane is going to be a little bit weak, I think. And so you would assume this is going to be the 3 Shaker 4 Clinks then for eHome. Something they've been playing a fair amount, and I really like their draft in comparison to RNG so far. I am assuming it's an off-lane puck, by the way, or a pos 4 puck instead of mid. I mean, they could play the mid puck as well if they really wanted, but again, I'm just not a massive believer in this hero at the moment. I used to play it a lot as a position 4 in pubs, and it felt awesome. And then after the nerfs, Jesus, you really feel it. It feels so bad. I might not play it to the same level they do, but everybody has the feelings of the heroes they like in pubs, right? After nerfs and patches and things.
Yeah.
I read the patch notes and I was like, I'm sure this hero could still work. Maybe it's still right. And then I played it at a pub. I was like, oh my god, this is awful. He has no armor now at the start of the game. Like his base damage is a lot worse. It feels bad. But kind of good because Puck was picked for so long. In first pick all the time. That hero was so strong before. Ooh. Okay. I don't mind this too much. I think this is alright.
Mm-hmm.
They have the save in the Shadow Demon, right? And it does okay against all of eHome's heroes at the moment. It doesn't do badly against Shaker in lane because you have the range form as well. And this Troll Shadow Demon lane feels like it should be relatively okay against Shaker Clinks. But again, they might do this thing where they tri-lane and put the puck in a 1v1 against the Shaker to punish this greedy Clinks pick. We've seen teams do this against eHome a lot. I think RNG have done it against them before. I'm not 100% on that. And there's the Timber ban, by the way. Pog.
every
single
game.
And nobody's going to pick it.
Ooh, new pick.
It's going to be mid-puck. Yeah, I want to see a Rubik. Or a Morphling.
a lot here to
Oh,
offer.
Morphling's banned. Okay.
It would end up being what? Safe Lane Ember, mid Clinks. You could go back to the Rubik.
Yeah, I think the instant initiation as well for the puck, another source, is really good. But I also think it punishes Omni really hard. If you can ever steal Heavenly Grace, not Heavenly Grace, sorry, Guardian Angel from Omni, this Troll's not going to do any damage the whole fight.
Yeah.
And he's like their only source of damage on RNG in terms of physical. Like, if you can kite this Troll out a little bit, looks really good. The Morphling would have been such a perfect pick, actually, but it got banned out by RNG. Not only do they have the Shaker on the team, but there's an Omni on the other side. They could also just look for a mid pick here, though. I didn't see anything that stands out to me. Maybe TA is okay. Allows them to transition into those objectives like we talked about. OD's still okay, I think, as well. Ooh. Oh, they go for the Razor. Boy, I love this pick from EHOME. This is really strong. I like this a lot. I think EHOME's draft looks really good here. I worry that RNG are too reliant on this Troll to do damage in fights, and if Sylar just links him every single time, then he's not going to be able to have a game on Monet. And Flywind's going to have a really difficult lane up against the Razor as well. I think this is looking really good for EHOME in from the draft.
I will say the one thing that worries me about the about EHOME is their execution. Like, their drafts have looked good before, and they just haven't executed with it. Like, it just falls flat, and you're like, oh, okay.
I think this is the biggest draft win they've had so far against RNG, though, by like a margin. Because I said I liked EHOME's draft last game, like, in comparison, but in terms of the laning stage, it didn't go well for them, like you say, with the execution. But I think they've given themselves a much better chance of winning this game. You know, Jinkyu's playing a hero that he really enjoys in the Clinks. You know, that he can get information off the map. Faith Beyond on the Shaker has looked really good as well.
Mm-hmm. I was trying to find the stats on the puck that I saw from IGIGV. It was part of the Age of Spring Invitational that was run by Betway. Mm-hmm. That tournament's been completely wiped from Liquipedia.
Oh, dear.
And it's not available anywhere else. Like, I can't find stats on it. Like, it doesn't exist anymore. It's kind of wild. And it was just like yesterday, that best of 3. I don't know. It was nuts. It's just not there.
It doesn't matter because it's not as good as this tournament anyway. Don't care about it.
No, it's not. I'm just trying to find puck stats because I don't like the puck right now.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, if anybody's going to prove me wrong, though, it's Setsu. Because this guy's looked really good so far this tournament, I have to say. Like, especially on his Void Spirit as well. I think he's looked really impressive. I didn't know a huge amount about him. Like, I hadn't watched a huge amount of him personally. Mm-hmm. Like, I haven't been able to keep an eye out for him because I don't get to cast a huge amount of Chinese Dota. So, like, you watch pro games, but you don't. It's a different feel when you watch it from the lobby yourself because you can look at whatever you like all the time, right? And I think he's had a really good performance so far this tournament.
Prepare for battle.
Aftershocks. It's been really impressive. I'm interested to see how this mid lane goes, though, as well. I feel like Nothing to Say should be absolutely fine. Orb does 70 damage at level 1, right? And Ember needs... how much is it? It absorbs 80 magic damage. So if you take Orb at level 1 on Puck, or Waning Rift, it doesn't take off Flame Guard. So I think Nothing to Say is going to be absolutely fine here in this mid lane. In just terms of just like being able to push out waves and farm constantly. I'm pretty sure they nerfed that about Puck as well. Just his, the damage bits on his spells. It was just too good as a pos 4 as well, I think was the problem. It makes mid Puck very sad. I love that Flywind's gone boots first on this Omni Knight, by the way. He doesn't really have a choice, unfortunately, laning up against this Razor.
Yeah.
He has to run away. And so he's going to have like a 65 movement speed advantage on the Razor.
The battle begins.
Be interesting to see how much creep cutting they do down here in the bot lane as well on September.
Right now it is just the Razor. I believe they're looking for first blood over top. Ward placed here by the Dire. Just the Razor. September moves forward, spots it.
He has a stick on September as well. Do the carries have sticks in these lanes this time? Good Fisher block by Faith Beyond. We see this a lot, by the way, from these Shaker players, just to mess with the creep equilibrium in the lane. Because you're not the strongest hero at level 1.
I do really like Lich coming down here to help Sylar. I mean, look at this. Static Link is going to be disgusting, and he go Frost Blast level 1, but level 2 he should. I mean, either or. Frost Shield or...
Oh, you take Frost Blast at level 1. But then
no,
at level 2,
I'm saying.
I think you still take Frost Shield. Like, the slow's really strong. I love that September's just creep cutting, though. They need to help the Omni out as much as they can in the laning stage. But the lane is going to start to be playing towards his tower now with this wave pool. Super's going to try and pull up here in the top lane as well. See if he can manage that one. Come on, Super.
Ooh. He's got it.
Yeah, gets it up.
I gotta learn that pull.
Yeah, you have to cut down the tree, but it's very good.
Especially, it's, you know, when you've got your full camp here.
It's a lot better on Dire than it is on Radiant, I think. Because Radiant, it's easier to contest, whereas Dire side's a bit more out the way.
Yeah. It's really a little bit different. It's...
September just getting bullied out the lane, by the way. He really wants to block the small camp here, and he is going to. But this is fine for the Razor, because it means he gets to 1v1 this Omni Knight, while the Lich just deals with the Pango the whole time.
Yeah.
And he's going to try and cut another wave here, or at least stack them up on the Pango. I don't know why Innocence has run away so far. How's this mid lane going? Both just farming. Neither of them have a deny at the moment. Impressive.
Still interested to see how Setsu does in this lane. Does with this puck overall. I mean, I'm just kind of, I don't know. My feelings are hung up. Let's just say that.
For sure.
No, I know I'm being hypercritical, not to the point where I'm just saying it's a bad hero overall. It's just I feel like this hero is being ignored for a while. You know. Innocence, your courier.
Good sir. Yeah.
Flywind's almost just been baited by this courier. I think he has. He's not gonna die, but
It's the Beaver Knight as well. This is the one that went into the Roche pit before all the time. Do you remember?
yeah.
He has stick on September. He'll be fine, but. You know, September getting chased away there means Sylar actually gets a lane for a second. Sorry, Flywind gets a lane for a second. You got 2 CS in that time, I think.
September's still sitting level 1. He is like what, 2 experience away from getting level 2.
Yeah, he's fine. He wants to just give the XP to his Omni Knight, though, right? Like, he doesn't want to be taking anything away from him. Because the problem is, if Lich isn't taking the XP either, then you can't give this Razor a level advantage against the Omni Knight in the lane. Otherwise, they can just leave Sylar alone and let him just 1v1 or like 1v2.
Coming through to mid, 4-minute runes. Need to control them, and it's bottom. Battlefield for Ember. Setsu didn't even
All
try
the supports,
for it, but
all 4 supports just went to the rune spots to try and secure them. That's how important this mid lane matchup is between the Puck and the Ember. Because they've both gone bottle, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this is something, I've started trying to do more in my games as well, that this 4-minute rune is so important on so many mid heroes at the moment.
I think it's a lot easier to justify when you've got that communication, because when you do it, sometimes when you do it in a pub game, then the person you're laning with just gets entirely pissed off.
Oh, yeah.
Why did you
Well,
leave
they'll
my
get over
lane?
it.
Now I'm dead.
They'll get over it, don't worry.
Flames will spread thrice.
Salve still has the full bottle. Look at what Flywin has to go through, just to bring these creeps all the way out and around.
Yeah, but this is fine though. This is how he's supposed to play the lane. Like, there's no other way to play Omni into Razor. And the thing is, right though, that it was Razor last pick, so it's not like they picked the Omni afterwards. Like they didn't have a choice. But Flywin's had some tough lane. He played the Centaur into the Ursa last game, and they managed to kill him relatively early on. So
times out perfectly well here. He gets it with the creep wave, and Purification gets the kill there. He needs to focus on this range creep. Won't get that one.
Yeah, he doesn't have Quelling Blade, so he's going to miss a couple. He does have 68 base damage, but
he's got the Quelling Blade.
Oh, he just picked it up off the courier. Okay.
Yeah. Makes it a lot
Level
easier.
5? I mean, he's actually doing pretty well, to be honest. Like, he's only half a level or so behind the Razor, which, considering the matchup, is decent. 6-minute rune, spawn, Jinkyu's going to hold top, and Ember gets bot. So no runes for the puck again.
Yeah, and the puck's not even trying for it. That's the thing. Which is a little bit surprising.
They didn't see Jinkyu top, though, because he was invis. So I think the Shadow Demon thought that if it was going to spawn top, then the puck would be able to get it there.
Monet sitting level 6, so experience-wise, he is just a little bit ahead of Silo.
And this feels so bad for the puck, by the way, that he has to walk all the way back to base again. He doesn't even wait for his mana pool. Wow.
He's 6, but so is the Embers. So I'm wondering who makes a move to a side lane first.
Jinkyu here, by the way. He's going to block the camp. Sneaky boy.
September not getting that stack. Meanwhile, though, in the jungle, super stacking for his team. Will also find a ward and take it away.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Super only level 2, but the lane has been solo for Monet at times. He's going into that Yasha first, Razor. He's got phase boots, and he did pop Eye of the Storm. Jinkyu also coming towards bottom, but he'll migrate into the jungle, potentially looking to get a kill here on the Setsu. I will say this is probably the slowest amount of time that Jinkyu hasn't gotten damage, or, well, I mean, honestly, it's 8 minutes in.
There's no kills. Yeah. No kills in the game. 8 minutes in. So this is a slow one, guys. It's methodical, is the word. Monet is getting complete free farm, though. Like, he's having a great time. That's Treads coming out with the broom handle, neutral item now, so he's going to be loving life.
Things very quiet until Jinkyu comes along. I'm not even certain he saw him there. Actually, he might have.
Now, I want to see what Monet does with his skill build here, by the way, because we've been seeing a lot of the trolls in China go for Fervor as their second max out ability. I feel like if you're going Battle Fury, then you probably do go for that, but I think if you're going Yasha, you really want the extra movement speed from Berserker's Rage. Yeah, he does take the second point in it. Nice. Big fan. And yeah, they see well, they know that the Razor's come top because they don't see him bot lane anymore. So they're going to TP the troll towards the bot side and just have him farm up down here.
Flywin sitting level 7. He's got
Dire's middle tower
a 4-1-2 build. No Guardian Angel just yet, but he doesn't exactly need it.
Oh, the axes! Monet's going to try and push this tower in here on the troll. They're actually not pressuring this top tower at all. Razor went to the jungle instead, which to take some stacks. So that's going to boost his net worth, but it's also not going to be pressuring this top lane at all. And he has a faded approach on the Razor. Probably the best time he could have hoped for.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Faith Beyond, meanwhile, he's going into the Blink Dagger.
Who do they give the approach to? Oh, they're giving it to Ember. Okay. Arcane ring as well. God, there's so many items here for the Razor.
Radiant's bottom tower has
Enjoying
fallen.
himself.
So they get the bottom tier 1. First tower comes before the first kill. 10 minutes, no kills. What's the latest first blood?
I don't know, actually. That's a great question.
Gold is a great conductor.
Must be in a Chinese game. I'm so sure. Like one of the old Chinese games where they were very farm heavy. This Puck's actually doing decently in terms of net worth, though. Much better than I thought he would.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
But
attack.
there's a 1k advantage for RNG at the moment, but it's all in the supports. Like you see the drop from the Pango to the Lich is like basically where the whole net worth difference is at the moment, and the Troll to the Razor, I guess, is the comparison.
So I did find a thread on Reddit that said, and this is from 2015, that the latest one that somebody had looked up was 11 minutes into the game.
Oh, that's 2015. That was ages ago. That's 5 years ago.
Ooh, September? Didn't have Swashbuckle,
11 minutes?
so 11 minutes, he'll be first blood. That was a pretty simple first blood, too.
Coil, bit.
things
Oh, we go.
considered.
They're like London buses.
Oh, Echo Slam comes in, and there's the fissure. They'll get the kill on a Setsu. Flywind now needs to run. That's the Blink debut. All that time, and, well, now EHOME, they capitalize, and they get 2 kills.
Yeah, we had 2 kills in under a minute. My heart isn't ready for
Forward.
this.
Face
sick-
beyond. Super comes over, and I don't think they'll get this kill.
Sick blink reveal by Faith Beyond, by the way, in that mid lane. I didn't even realise he picked it up myself. He's just gone brown boot, stick, bottle, blink. You know, we saw that from him yesterday, I think, as well, when he played the Shaker, and it took the other team by surprise as well. You know, people don't normally do this brown boots into blink build. If you can get away with it, you definitely hit this really quick timing with your first Echo. 12-minute ring spawns bot. Flyman's going to take the illusion.
Innocence ends up dead, so just like that, we have 3 kills.
3 kills in a minute. We are spoiled, chat. This is... Whoa.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
He's actually going Yasha Maelstrom, by the way, on the troll. Which, normally you never see this, right? But when you play up against Razor, you have to do like a slightly different kind of build. Because you can't rely on your physical damage because of the link, you buy these proc items like Maelstrom and MKB, so that even when you're hitting through your battle trance, you're still doing damage.
Up top again. They've got the leash. Can they get the kill out onto the Ember? Silence, and Setsu gets it. That's with the help there from Super. Has the demonic purge to throw onto the Ember Spirit, and, well, now the positive of a bounty rune dug up, too.
He gets to refill his bottle with it. That's the best bit. I mean, he says he went BO3s first, which is actually really interesting. Not what I thought he would go for. I thought he'd go for like this action item, like the Blink or the Yules, to help try and take these early engagements. But feels like RNG are already like kind of slowing the game down a little bit for themselves. It's like Jin-Q haven't really done too much, right? On this Glinks at the moment.
Fissure, Totem, Burning Army, and Jin-Q.
Coil up in one.
Setsu in
Sorry.
trouble. Yeah, gets the kill.
Not Coil. I meant Orb up in 1, but never mind. Yeah, I mean, so they finally get something. They get 5 damage on the Clinks. Here we go. And look at his item build. Awful Deso
Down
game.
into Hex. Okay.
Yeah, they need some more lockdown for this. Not just for the Puck, but I also think for the Pango and the Omni as well are 2 really key targets. Even the Shadow Demon with his defensive capabilities is a good hero to bring down first. But
Trying
this
to get the
troll...
Rolling Thunder off, but, well, September. No. And, ooh, commits the Echo. I'm not certain if he knew who was coming in on the outpost. That's not the first time we've seen Faith Beyond do something like that, where he just echoes. Well, actually, it was in the same spot, except on the Radiant end.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's fine. Like, you just secure an extra kill, right? The thing is, if you can use an ult to secure any kill at this point in the game, it's probably pretty worth.
Dream Coil. And
they get the link up on the
Monet, though,
troll.
getting a lot of damage sapped away. Nothing doing though. Still
15-minute bounty rings about to spawn as well, so both teams going to try to head towards those, I would imagine. Can Jinkyu go nick one? He's on the way. The Clinks is there. He gets it. What a player.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Bounty.
He's getting closer to that blink on Setsu, but still not quite there yet. They really want to use this this silence mid to get the kill. Yeah, and they're going to use the wrong thunder. And this is the Pango around the mid lane, by the way, remember?
Yeah,
so
pretty disgusting. Jesus.
Yeah. He just bounces off the walls.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
It's not a spot.
That was without.
Radiant structures are
We have to remember that's without the coil, by the way, on the onto the Ember. So he has that available again for another fight now.
They're gonna move forward with Jinkyu. Damage on a Flywin is pretty heavy with that medallion. On the run, survives, gets the Heavenly Grace out.
Top tower is under attack.
Love this item choice by Flymer as well. He goes for the drums. I'd like to see him pick up a value win lace at this point, but even say I think this Lotus Orb is going to be massive for him. You know, you need to put it on the troll in the middle of the fight to stop them being able to put the link onto him. Because if they get the link off onto the troll, his damage output in fights is so much lower, right? Like, they need to be able to protect him. So, RNG are well aware of that, and Flyman going to be helping his good old core. But yeah, I would like to see him pick up a win lace. I feel like it has such value with the phase and the drums.
Blink Dagger finished for the puck. Sanjin Yasha here for the Razor. Maelstrom completed on the troll. He's also going Sanjin Yasha.
Yeah, when you play against the Razor, like, you want status resistance because the link duration is cut down massively. He's probably going to go SMY into Satanic, I imagine, unless he feels like he really needs BKB up against the Shaker. But the Satanic's going to make you so unbelievably tanky anyway. It shouldn't matter, I don't think. He can just go BKB after the Satanic, I would imagine. Depends how safe he wants to be, I guess. He would really like a better neutral item for himself, though, at the 17-minute mark.
Echo, right on to Setsu. Burning Army committed. Easy 1-2 punch there. And they take out this puck. They're also looking for more as Flywin able to survive. Who's got that clumsy net? Is it Razor? Yeah.
I love seeing Jinkyu change up his build every time as well. Not every time, on this click. We've seen him do this 4-1-4 build nearly all the time, right? But he's not getting anything done with the Death Pact. Like, he's not going for this minus armor stacking up, so there's no point in him maxing it out. Like, the health gain's nice as well, but he needs to just get in whatever damage he can at the moment.
Oh,
nice Fisher block mid.
He's forced to use the Guardian Angel. Definitely not the spot he wants to use it in, especially with 5 heroes here. He might have wanted to just let himself die.
Yeah, and they just used the Yules from the Ember to purge it off straight away as well. Really nice to see that they understand that GA is going to be a big problem for them. So build off the items that help purge straight away on the Ember. What's Sylar going for?
A quick 10 damage. Man, he did have the sentry down there, so he knows that Jinkyu is following him. He's trying to get out of this one, or maybe even looking over at the Razor. Rolling Thunder started by September.
Nice coil.
However, the good fissure comes in. Junko out onto the Razor. He stabs it! Sylar dead, and this is kind of what I'm talking about with Sylar and the execution from
Monet might be in trouble here.
Meanwhile, on the back line, though, Monet, he gets caught out, and he'll end up dead, too. Super falls. Gonna be more. Setsu trying to silence up the Ember, keeps him alive. Illusory Orb over onto the back lines to just escape, because it looks like Flywin will be able to get out of this one.
I think he popped the battle trance way too early there on the troll, though. Like, he wanted to secure the Razor kill. I don't think he assumed that Razor wasn't going to snap the coil, so he used battle trance to try and fight him in the coil area. But with the coil ending up snapping, I think it took him by surprise. Then he kind of like ran all the way down to chase the shaker for a while, right? And then went off to the neutral camp on the side. It was unfortunate by Monet, but you know, it happens. Oh, they're not going to get the
Radiant's
shrine
middle
top.
tower is under attack.
2 for the Radiant.
Never refuse gold.
Outpost, whatever it is. It's all I call them shrines and outposts, depending on the
Flyway.
occasion.
He is very, very much in trouble. Setsu does have the Dream Coil, but... Ooh, Yules, 3-man Dream Coil. Fissure will finish off Flywin eventually.
What a
Or will it?
disruption!
Disruption, and now he goes into the Roche pit, asking
Oh
Roche
my
to kill him,
God.
and he obliges.
Blackened bone.
It's still not good though, because it means the Shadow Demon dies instead. But even so, it's all about the power play. It's the mental warfare, B-Cop. They won. They won the mental warfare game.
Walks into the pit. Yo, Roche, finish me off. Fade me, fam.
Oh, Echo top.
Ghost Slam comes in. They've got the fissure. They'll take out Setsu again. This is what they've been setting up with to kill off Setsu every single time. And he's now 2-4-1. And something you mentioned in the draft was how much they're relying on this troll, and it seems to be the case.
But it's also back to the point I made that like they have catch for the puck, which is why I didn't really understand the puck pick. Like they had the shaker, right, and they had the lich. So it's not like puck can just freely push out these side lanes all the time because they have ways of initiating on him. It doesn't really make sense to me. I'd be interested to see what talents he takes at 15 as well, 15 and 16 on the puck. Because the way you play this here is you go 4-4-4 and then 1 point in coil before you take any talents. Like, you really want the maxed out phase shift as soon as you can after the nukes. Especially, you know, because it pairs up so well with the blink. And then you go back and you take the 15 talent at 15 and then the 10 talent at 16.
A prize.
He's getting really close to that Hex, by the way, on Clinks. He's actually really farmed.
Yeah,
He's
sitting
only-
just as much gold as Flywin has.
Oh, what a
Fissure.
fissure.
Oh, Monet's on the wrong side of this. They try to get the Rolling Thunder off, but it won't come through. Monet in so much trouble and probably just dead in this situation. Disruption comes out. Faith Beyond taking a lot of damage. The Remnant back and forth. Monet now on the
GA,
run.
though.
Guardian Angel isn't going to be enough. One more shot in. Still not. Oh my god. Still not enough damage. But now the Remnant Sleight of Fist. And somehow, someway, nobody dies on RNG.
Or on anybody, to be honest. Yeah, really good Fissure initiation, though, by Faith Bian. That was crazy. I mean, they have the GA, and they have, like, this Omni can just keep him alive for so long, though on the troll, right? Oh, he's actually going to go Lincolns instead to try and deal with this Link instead of Satanic, which is fair enough. And they are getting closer to the Lotus Orb as well. About, 1,700 gold away or so on Flywin. I think this Hex pickup on Clinks, though, is going to be game-changing. Like, he's 1,800 gold away from that, and I think if he can get into the backlines and pick off these key heroes like the Omni Knight and the Shadow Demon first, because he has the damage output, right? This is a Clinks.
The armor have omniscience.
And you saw how little damage the Monet troll did there in that last fight, considering like how far ahead he is in net worth. And he's running up the same hill again.
Oh gosh, I don't know why you're going in that direction like that. Sinister Gaze pulls him in. They've got the Purification. He doesn't have Battle Trance for another 10 seconds.
Oh my god.
Look at that echo from Faith Beyond. Onto the backlines, looks over at the Omni, gets the kill there. Super next
catch
to
the troll.
die. And the Courier's just coming in to Setsu. And throughout this entire engagement, it dies too. So many casualties here. Monet maybe looking to get a kill onto the Razor. Does he have the damage? Yes, he does with the Rolling Thunder.
Oh, they got the
Ember! Oh my lord! They at least get 2. And the Dream Coil hits 3. The Fissure in, but the damage on the September is too great. Setsu now, he's in trouble. Yules is there, but able to jaunt over to this Illusory Orb. And Setsu.
They're Fissure.
Fissure
Yeah, they do.
on the edge. And, can't get the disruption off. Now Super's in trouble.
I love how we talked about how EHOME didn't execute their fights well at all last game. And Faith Beyond just steps up, right? And he's like, let me show you how it's done, guys. These echoes this game have been absolutely crazy. Like, not only to catch the puck, but in the backline there at the start of that fight, he instantly just ignored the troll and went for the backline at the same time. And considering how that fight went, I'm surprised RNG went as well as it did for them. The link ran out just after Troll popped his battle trance, so we had the damage to be able to kill the Razor off. But this Setsu Puck feels like it's just not doing anything, like in terms of damage output, right? So, yeah, like it's just the Troll, and Troll's getting kited like single-handedly by the Razor in so much of the engagement. And Sylar almost has a BKB. Like this Klinks has just picked up his Hex. Jinkyu is, look at the net worth chart. Look where he is. Like he's ahead of the Omni Knight, and look in terms of support net worth, he's like doubling up the Pango almost.
Honestly, wild.
Now he has 30 death pack damage now as well, and he's like, okay guys, now I'm gonna go for the Deso, and now I'm gonna solo kill some fools. Let's go.
Fissure.
They go on the Shadow Demon.
And they're gonna get the kill on a super.
Dire's middle tower
Easy one.
is under attack.
Oh, the Hex from Jinkyu!
Radiant's bottom
And he gets a
tower is
solo
under
kill on a
attack.
Setsu.
Dear oh dear. I mean, this is the thing with the Iron build though, right? And Klinks. And I feel so glad that it wasn't just me making things up that I felt like their draft was a lot better on EHOME. But I mean, their execution feels so good this game, like in comparison to game one. It's so night and day. Like they're playing this game so much better, and this Puck just feels like another support hero, and so does the Omni Knight, right? Feels like a massive 4 Protect 1 strat. And now Puck has to worry about 3 different heroes on the map that can pick that can catch him. In the Shaker, in the Klinks, and the Lich.
He's gonna force him to go into a Lincoln's. And, well, September dead to nothing to say.
But the thing is, right, like, even if he goes Lincoln's on the Puck, there's still an Echo Slam. Like, it's not a...
Now focusing
It's not a fun
Flywin.
Puck game.
Super comes in and uses that Demonic Purge on nothing to say. Monet
Oh
coming
my
from
god, they didn't use the
behind
link on the
them.
Troll.
Has he gone in too far? Or has Monet just baited himself? Chain Frost bounces over to Monet, now over to Super. No longer going around, but they've lost Flywin, and I don't know what Monet has left to offer, but the silence comes through onto this Ember. They'll get the kill on a nothing to say. They look over at Jinkyu. Jinkyu trying to fight this, but Faith Beyond's Fissure is perfect.
Yeah, like...
They kill off Monet. They Sinister Gaze Super. He'll die as well, and it's a double kill for Jinkyu. 3 heroes gone, and EHOME have an 8,000 net worth lead.
Oh, they caught him with the Fissure, but they don't see him there, so... They're going to back off on that. I think this game's in a super difficult position for RNG now. I really struggle to see how they can pull through and win here. Like, when the Lincolns comes out on the Troll, maybe, but they're kiting him so hard during the battle trance. Like, they have the Yules, there's the stuns from the Fissures and things as well. And this is why I talked about he might feel like he needs BKB in the fights. But he's already committed for this Lincolns. I think when you have the Lotus Orb being built on the Omni, I think you have to rely on Flywin to be using the Lotus Orb on the Troll in the fight and then build other items. But instead they're like doubling down on this single target defensive side, and yeah, it's just feels like it's not going to be enough. Because the thing is, he's still going to be lacking damage now, right? Because he's built all these defensive items.
Blink. Super. Chain Frost through for that one. And BKB, that comes in from Faith Beyond, but they've got around September. They'll get the kill.
Yeah, and I honestly think they should... they can't go Roche, right? So, like, because their lineup doesn't do it very well. So I love that they just keep fighting all the time. And they should just need to start pushing for towers now. You know, we need to see it from... We talked about how EHOME before. They don't have these heroes that push objective that well in game 1. And in game 2, it's kind of the same thing. So whenever they get these pickoffs like that, it's really important they take towers, or at least do damage to them whenever they can. I'd actually really like to see an Ags on the Razor next, to be honest, as well. Or even, he might just decide to tank up instead. But I feel like it would solve a lot of their issues that they have. They're going to smoke up here on RNG. It feels like a bit of a Hail Mary play here. I think they realise how far behind they are. So they're going to try and smoke around the bounty rings.
Super smoke broken. Behind him is the side of EHOME. He just kind of continues walking forward.
Dire's middle tower.
They managed to take an outpost though, at least.
Radiant's
Got the silence out onto Faith Beyond, but
they got the link off
immediately into
with
the
Lotus.
duels, and let's take a look. Can they take this fight here for RNG?
God,
The
Setsu.
Hex is there. The Guardian Angel comes in. The Fissure's still up and still well placed. They now no longer have Guardian Angel, and RNG need to turn tail, potentially. They have Dream Coil, and if they find the proper fight, I could see them maybe coming back, but... well,
They're
the
kiting them
disruption in
so
these fights
hard,
is-
though.
Yeah.
Yeah, like EHOME are doing a really good
Oh.
job of just making sure they never got picked off in like a coil duration or something, right? Because Troll's really struggling to get his damage off because they have ways of kiting him around, but it's also like you need a coil into Troll just going absolutely mental to win a fight, and these situations just aren't happening.
BKB up the Fissure
Look at the
again.
Fissure, though.
Look at where it leaves Monet. They'll go on to nothing to say. Do they have the damage? The BKB is there. The Chain Frost comes in. They no longer have the Battle Trance, so Monet is actually in so much trouble. Faith Beyond coming in with the
Here comes
BKB
the
of his
Burning
own.
Army.
The Lotus Orb is on him, but there's the Echo Slam onto both Flywin and Monet. They'll get both kills, and
Yeah.
GG's called. It's a 1-1 series. EHOME take game 2, and they do it looking like the EHOME I wanted them to be.
Radiant victory.
Yeah, I'm really disappointed with the RNG draft this game, though. I feel like they didn't give themselves a chance to win. And considering how well they played in game 1, you know, they should feel confident that they're the better team out of the two if they both play as well as they can, right? Or if they both draft as well as they can. But unfortunately, they've put themselves in a position where they have to like play without any mistakes, it feels like, to win this game. And I really don't understand this puck pick. You know, we've talked about it enough. But also, when you play this single core lineup that just gets completely countered by a Razor last pick. You know, I mentioned OD because I thought it would do something similar to the Troll where it just helps them kite around. But they go for the Razor instead, and it works out 100% better for them because it's so much better against the Omni Knight in the laning stage as well. I mean, you know, fantastic play by EHOME. But I think RNG are going to be a little bit disappointed with the situation they put themselves in.
Yeah, for sure. It did not seem like a draft that ever got off the ground. EHOME did a perfect job. Jinq 11,720